Hello, everyone. Welcome to World at Work Comics. My next special guest back for a second time, Miss Laurie Calcaterra. Laurie, it's so good to be with you, writer and creator of Path of the Pale Rider, issue 5, Kickstarter live. This is awesome. Congratulations. Before we jump into anything else, how does it feel to get to issue 5? I mean, I feel like that's for an independent creator to get to 5 issues, I think is so huge.
Yes.
I feel good, right?
Yeah, it feels amazing. First off, thanks for having me on the show, Tommy. Your show is one of the best. I always make sure, like, when I'm out and I make sure that I can be on Tom's show. I always have a great time. We have great conversation. Your viewers are great. Have a great time. So
I
yes, issue 5. It's a surreal feeling. You know what I mean? It's like we keep doing it and people keep enjoying it, and it's we're growing our audience. Everybody, is coming along for the ride, and it's a blast. I'm having so much fun. It's a ton of work, but oh my gosh, we're still having a ton of fun. So of course we're gonna keep doing it.
Why
So
not? Why not?
why not?
Be fun.
We're just getting to
Anybody
the
who's
good part.
smashing vegetables and fruit in their backyard is having a lot of fun with what they're doing. Lori. I will
Did
tell you.
you see that? Did you see it?
Yes, I did. On Facebook,
Yes.
on the group there. Oh my gosh, I was laughing like
Yeah.
Lori, you're
Yeah.
amazing. And then
You
all
know
the
what?
things that you do with the making your comics into hardbound and like even
Mm-hmm.
like the where's my keychain? Even the little keychain, which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
You do some really fun stuff.
Thank you. Well, I think that's something that we always strive to do is to do something different because everybody has buttons, everybody has um bookmarks, and like, yeah, I do a lot of keychains, but I make them myself. That's 3D printed
It's
that I
cool.
printed myself with wooden PLA. So
Yeah.
I had to design it myself. I had to tinker it on Tinkercad and then, prototype it, clean it up, put it all together. Yeah, it's one of the discs from our comic that the people wear on their chest.
Yeah.
It's a heart monitor. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I was like, that's so cool. So I keep playing with stuff and we keep doing stuff that's different that you're not going to find on other campaigns. And that's,
Yeah.
where my brain goes. I'm like, let's do this. Let's do hot sauce. We got a
Yeah.
puzzle this time, a jigsaw puzzle. You know what I mean? Like we just do different things.
100%. Yeah. The next one
Mhm.
you should do is one that's green and one that's red.
I was going to try
That
and
way
get ones that
you could
light up.
choose. Oh, that's now that's going too far, Lord. That's just
Is
crazy.
it?
I don't know.
Nah, I was going to do
It
that.
would
Or,
be cool. You
you
can
know
choose
what?
death or life, which would be cool as your.
Yeah. Well, we did that with t-shirts on the first
Oh,
campaign where
you
you could get
did
a black t-shirt with either a red disc or a green disc. So people
that's
picked a side. It was super cool.
for sure.
Um, yeah, I have so many things up my sleeves that I can't wait to figure out and then get out. The secret reward this time is so cool. I always say that, but it's like I get so excited to do these things, where I'm like, oh, I can't wait. I hope people are brave enough to back the secret reward because you never know what you're gonna get with
I
those.
love it.
So,
I love it. Yeah, yeah.
mhm.
You always come with some amazing ideas to get people excited.
Thank
And
you.
you probably experienced this too when you're reading a comic book. um there's a couple of things that you could tell as you're reading. One, does the writer actually enjoy what they're writing about? And if you're working for one of the big two, sometimes maybe you're put on a title as a writer that's not your favorite character, or you don't know much
Right.
about the character, and you can see that come across. The other thing is when your artist and the writer are not on the same page, you could tell a difference, right?
Hmm.
Because so much of the story is being done by the artist. So if the art isn't matching what is being written, or they don't like the story and they're kind of doing their own thing with the art, you could tell like
Right.
right away. You're like, man, this isn't flowing right. And I can always tell when I read your writing that one, you love what you're doing, and two,
Hmm.
you and is it Marco?
Yeah. So we'll talk about
Marco.
this too, but Marco DeFio has done issues 1 through 4,
Mhm.
and we have a new interior artist for
Oh,
5.
oh, that's right. I remember you saying that the last time that,
Yeah.
yeah, but still, you could tell that you guys were on the same page.
Oh yeah. And
It
we
flows
left
nice.
on good
Arts.
terms, just so everybody knows. Like Marco and I are still friends. We see each other at cons because we're local to each other. You're gonna see covers from Marco going forward. He just doesn't have the time. He usually does multiple projects, and he has one of them that's about to blow up. And
Nice.
so, and we're at the same point where it's like we can't really slow down. This is the point where we speed up. So he and I just had a long conversation about it, and we decided that this was the best course of action. So he'll still be around, and you should see his cover for this issue. Oh my God. But yeah, so Gilbert Perez is our new interior artist. So you're going to enjoy his work. He is so detailed. When you see some of these new pages, he just puts everything that he can think of on these pages. And we've gone further than those first 4 pages already. And he's doing some incredible work. It'll blow you away. And it's going to devastate you too. Some of the things that are coming in this next issue are just messed up. Sorry.
Yeah,
You're
don't
you're
get
gonna
too
be mad.
attached to anything.
No,
Reading something
no.
from Laurie.
Yeah, it's me, Laurie R. Calcaterra. And it's like if you get attached to a character, I'll probably kill them. And some of them I killed twice. So fun times.
That's what's exciting about it, though. It's been a lot of fun going through this journey and reading the first 4 issues. I was super excited to get the trade. I did get issue 1,
Yeah.
2 that
Yeah.
I made my collection, but then I have the trade too, which is a lot of fun. Still available.
Yes. This one you
How do
can get.
people get the trade right now or the single issues?
There's a couple ways you can get this trade.
Mhm.
If you back our Kickstarter, one of the tiers is called the mustard tier
The must.
because we have a ketchup tier, and I always joke around with the pledge names. So the ketchup tier was always the single issue. So it's single issue 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is the ketchup tier. The mustard tier is the trade paperback plus 5. So you can get it that way. You can also, if we're not campaigning, these are always available on the ASAP Imagination website. And I have a Laurie Calcaterra collection. You can get the physical copy of the trade at any time. Also, if you are international, because I don't ship the individual issues internationally, unfortunately. You can always do the digital download, but the trade paperback is international shipping.
Beautiful. Yeah, that's perfect. That's perfect. And again, your Kickstarter is for issue 5. This does cover
Yes.
the first 4 issues, so it's perfect timing to jump in with the trade because you have a
Yeah.
full story up until the Kickstarter is over and it goes into print, right?
Yeah, that's the way to go, man.
Yeah.
It's actually a little cheaper to do it that way too. The
Yeah, it is
mustard
a little
tier is
bit.
less expensive than the ketchup tier,
Yeah.
because the individual issues go for 10, and then this goes for 25.
No,
So
yeah,
yeah, it's
$15.
why not? You
Why not?
know, why not? It's a good. Plus, you get all the bonus material. Every single variant cover that we have done is in the back. I have
So,
additional journal entries from Jude St. Clair with conspiracy theories that he's thinking about.
yeah,
Um,
he has his little book with him, right?
yeah. So usually in the beginning of an issue, the first page you see before we get to art
Uh-huh.
is the journal entry from Jude St. Clair
Right. Yeah.
about what's happening. And you got it. I'm tricky, Tom. If you look at the dates of like what's the one for 3? The issue 3, the May day, it's like May something. It's Mother's Day. And if you know what happens in
Yes.
issue 3,
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
playing with you. See?
Yeah.
May 10th.
Anything away. People need to read it because you will be
Right.
shocked and pissed off and all those other emotions you'll go through as you start
My
to
goal is to get you to throw the comic on the last page. Like, damn it.
exactly. I think you do a pretty good job of that.
Thank you. I drink the tears of my readers for breakfast.
Exactly. You're gonna have all of us crushing watermelons in the backyard after reading this.
That's the whole point. Bring out your frustrations, people.
Well, Lori, maybe we could jump right into your Kickstarter and you could walk us through. Is that cool?
Sure.
All right, let's bring
I'd
this
love to.
bad boy up.
You're gonna have to watch the video later. Well, okay, we could watch it now.
Yeah, what do you
Do
want to do?
it. I'm crazy. My videos are crazy.
Okay. Let's see if the sound, sometimes the sound doesn't come through.
Sometimes the
Let's
sound
try
doesn't
it
work.
out.
Okay. I'll
All
tell
right.
you if it does.
All right, ready?
Yeah.
Non. Hello, I'm Laurie Calcaterra. I am the writer-creator of Path of the Pale Rider. Please excuse if there's any interruptions. We have an undead annoyance here in the studio today. Welcome to issue number 5. I am so excited that we are this far into the story. Things are about to get wild. What do you mean get wild? Things have been wild already. Security. Okay. So if you're new here, Path of the Pale Rider is an all-new Western apocalypse comic series where death is broken. So that means when you die, your soul doesn't leave your body. And that's for people, animals, insects, fish. It means you're still in your body as you die. Damn it, don't do that. Anyway, so we start issue 1, 10 years into the apocalypse. And we're following this cowboy named Jude St. Clair, who's like the last guy still looking for the answer. And, enter Big James, consequences into issue 2, we go into Santa Claus, we meet Dwayne Fink, and we're right on the cusp of knowing what he knows when we drop into a flashback. Issues 3 and 4 goes into gory detail about how the apocalypse started. And then, of course, the trauma that comes home, and then Jude St. Clair jumping from the frying pan into the fire. Issue number 5. Oh my gosh. So we pick up where we left off. We're about 9 years into the apocalypse, and Jude St. Clair runs into some familiar faces. He encounters more undead resistance. And then we finally catch up in time. So you get to know what Dwayne Fink knows, and then Jude is off on a new mission, and Santa Claus, well, you're going to have to read that part for yourself. Not a spoiler. Not a point. Shut up, Ellie. Okay. So what's new to the campaign, you ask? What's new to the campaign? That's it. Rude. Big consequences again. I dare you. So, new things to the campaign. You are all familiar with the catch-up tier, which is the individual issues, like catch-up. But we also have a mustard tier, because why not, which is the trade paperback plus issue number 5. We have a hot sauce sampler. So in addition to Path of the Pale Sauce, we have added 2 new flavors. We have Nature Maker Mango Habanero and Heartstopping Jalapeno Serrano. You'll be able to back either an individual bottle or the sampler pack with all 3. The secret reward has been updated. It's super cool, but I say that every time, but I'm really excited to make these. Remember, Path of the Pale Rider is a fan interactive experience that covers our riddles, and you can interact with the world just like it's real. All the riddles and short films are on the Kickstarter page. You just have to scroll down far. Thanks in advance for supporting Path of the Pale Rider in the indie comic community. I appreciate you taking a look, and hopefully there's something there for you. You know what? You know that doesn't do anything, right? Yeah, well, it makes me feel better.
I don't know how you do that. It's impressive.
These videos are actually pretty extensive. They take me a few days. I have to plan out what I'm going to say for each role.
Yeah.
I have to record it, and I have to give myself enough space in between so that I can answer and edit it correctly. Green screen work, and then of course, then I have to go back and add all like the words that come on the screen, the catch-up video, so it was showing the interior pages. I had to line that up with what I was saying in this so I had to time the video to go into the video. So yeah, it takes it's like 3 days for me to make one of those. So
that's crazy. It came out so good though. That was awesome.
Thank you.
Yeah.
We try to be silly. We try to, whatever. I have a blooper reel later on. You can, whatever. You don't have to show that today, but it's chicken nugget related humor. And yeah, my kid's throwing things at me. It's funny.
Nice. All right, Laurie, let's jump into issue 5 here. Man. This cover is amazing, by the way.
Gosh, Gilbert, just like I said, he puts so much detail. Yeah. He was so excited to be a part of this story. I wasn't expecting a cover from him this issue because he had a bunch of life events, including getting married and going on a honeymoon.
Oh, wow.
In May. And I was like, well, I'm planning for the Kickstarter in June. I was like, please just be honest with yourself. If you don't have time because of everything that's going on, I get it. And I was like, we can have Marco DeFeo like do one more cover and it'll be like a passing of the torch where Marco does the cover, you do the interiors, and then you could pick up covers on the next one. Gilbert wasn't having it. He went on his honeymoon. The day he got back, he sent me a message. Here's the ideas I have for a cover. And I was like, okay. 3 days later, this cover was done.
Wow.
He needed to do it. He needed to do it. And it's Jude's entire journey from 1 through 4 and then heading into 5. It's like its whole story right there. Where is he going? And of course, Big James, ominous in the background. And then behind that is Jude in kind of like his hero gear. You know what I mean? What we're used to seeing him in the apocalypse with Prince, with the poker cards, and Jude, and then Dwayne Fink is there with the Joker. Undead, unwanted. We got zombies running in the background and just dilapidated. It's so much in one image. You really just have to take your time and look at it all. It's just gorgeous. He's telling you a story with this picture.
Yeah, once you read the first 4 issues and you look at this, everything makes sense.
Yeah.
Everything makes sense. That's cool.
Yeah, I was like, yes, cover.
So we looked at this on the video right here. If you like any of these properties, you're going to absolutely love Path of the Pale Rider.
Thank you.
Not that it's the same, but the same kind of energy, I think.
Yeah.
Those that are within yours. Although
For
you
like Fallout, it's like that. Don't trust anybody. How wild it can get. Obviously we have zombies, so Walking Dead, but our zombies are different. Cocaine Bear, we have Big James, you know what I mean? Like, and then of course that Western feel, but it's like you said, it's none of these things and all of these things.
Exactly. Yeah, you are unique all into yourself, Laurie, when it comes to this
Yeah.
story. What you've been able to produce is I've never read anything that close to that. So it's pretty awesome. You're definitely getting an experience in a story that you're not going to find anywhere else.
This is true.
This is very true. All right. So you kind of go through the plot. Here is, you want to walk us through some of
these are
this?
GIFs. Yeah. So if you just hang there, they'll start moving. But it just gives you like a little bit of the interiors from each of the previous issues, 1 through 4. And just recap. So like issue 1, we're very focused on Jude St. Clair, him in the world making decisions, and how even a small decision like picking up a glass has major consequences. But you get to see what the world is like 10 years into this kind of apocalypse. It's devolved back to the Wild West. You see new technology in here too, like, which way am I going? Head west. They always just tell him to go west. It's kind of a running joke in our story where he asks for directions and everybody's like, go west. He's like, anything else you want to be more specific? And they're like, nah, just go west.
If you want to live, you go north. But if you want to find out what's going on, you have to go west, right?
That's what they tell him. Well, he's asking specifically, where is this? And they're like, just head west. He's like, okay.
All right.
I'm going west.
I love it. I love it.
And now we had actually released issue number 1 in black and white originally.
Okay.
We were published in July 2022. And, when we ran our first Kickstarter, that's all we could afford was black and white into print and, the small amount of merch that we had. But since then, we have gone back and remastered issue number 1. I redid the lettering, and Matt Chambers went back and colored issue number 1. Yes. So it could be in color for the trade paperback.
Exactly.
That was the intention.
Beautiful color here.
Thank you.
Yep.
So now when you get, like, if you add on an issue number 1, you get it in color. I think I have 8 of the black and white ones left.
Oh.
So if anybody's interested in a black and white, you need to let me know. Because otherwise I'm just going to sell them when I go to cons. And then once they're gone, they're gone.
Yeah.
Yep. Issue number 2, Jude is looking for something or somebody.
Yeah.
Finds them here in Santa Claus. That is an actual town in Arizona, people.
Yes.
Does things intentionally to get thrown in jail so he can ask that person questions about how the apocalypse all started. Apparently this guy, Dwayne, claims to know how the apocalypse started, and that's why Jude's there.
Yeah.
This one issue was colored by Marco DeFeo.
Okay.
And then we're on to issue 3. So this is where Matt Chambers became part of our group. So of course, pencils and inks are Marco DeFeo and the colors are Matt Chambers. We'd start in a flashback. So we actually ended issue 2. Like, I think we have 2 pages of a flashback, and this is where we pick up. So Jude is a young man, an EMT. He still lives at home with his parents. Death is broken, and they're right on the front lines. This car accident victim dies, in the ambulance on the way to the hospital. And then it goes from there. So it's like this one you will relive sitting through the pandemic. Yeah. It's bizarre because I wrote this in 2018. But yeah, just like watching the news reports roll out with everything bad happening, and then riots and food shortages and government, stepping in and making decisions, and new technology you're forced to wear, and then laws separating the living and the undead. It goes downhill pretty quick. So in issue 3, we go through 5 years of the apocalypse, and then something happens on that last page, which then takes us to the next issue.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Here's the last issue right here.
Yeah. So this is 4. Yeah. And this kind of, it's hard not to tell people what this is. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Obviously, so this is Jude's family. Yeah. Something has changed their family dynamic. And then, so all that stuff they were watching happen on the TV in 3, all of that kind of comes home. You know what I mean? So watching the apocalypse and then living the apocalypse. And eventually something, pushes Jude St. Clair out of the door, out of the frying pan into the fire. And you get to see that it's much worse than what they're telling you.
Yeah. Amazing, huh?
Yeah.
So fun.
Right?
So
and it's what leads us to 5.
Leads us
to
okay.
And when I always tell people this, but when I wrote this, it's a screenplay. It's a full-length movie.
Right.
And,
yeah.
Right? Yeah. So if you look in the back of the trade paperback, there's some of the screenplay of how I wrote the story. They're all 12 issues of the first arc. Well, that's just my writing style. I write in screenplay.
Yeah, no, it's awesome.
Right?
It's actually helpful too. I always learn from somebody else, so I thought it was pretty cool.
Yeah, and it's interesting to see the difference. Like, because I'm very descriptive about how like the big James chase happens. But again, how much of that can we translate into a comic book? So it's to me, it's interesting because there might be more information that we couldn't quite translate onto the page. So in this issue, we pick up where 4 left off. We're 9 years into the apocalypse, and Jude is basically catching up in time. So you see the last few things of him kind of being a civilian before he gets, he's in Alabama, or not Alabama. He's in Arizona. He's in Phoenix. He gets his apocalypse gear. He meets Prince on the road. He's going to see some more familiar faces, like I said. It's wild. I can't even explain. There's a lot of stuff that happens in the beginning. We catch up in time. You'll get to see what Dwayne Fink knows, and then it all burns down. I burn it all down, and then we run into 6. You know what I mean? So this one is the beginning of that second act of a movie where you already understand the world. You know how the characters act and think. Now we get to start playing with their circumstances. We're going to give them a mission. And then everything goes wrong. That's what happens in the middle part. Everything goes wrong. So that way in the third act of the movie, they can put it back together. Right. So I was telling Tom before we started recording, this 1 through 4, it's like, you ain't seen nothing yet. We're going to burn it all down in these next 4 issues. Number 7 is my favorite.
Oh, wow. Something to really look forward to then.
Yeah. We'll be there next year, hopefully.
Yeah. Are you planning to do 5 and 6 this year then?
Yeah. So 5, Gilbert is determined to get it done as soon as possible. So he's already working on pages. We haven't run the Kickstarter yet, right? But he's determined. So we'll be done. I say October, but we'll be done before that. And it just, I've had bad luck with printers where I think we're going to be done, and then the printer takes an extra month. And I'm like, come on, So I put it out until October, but like I said, we'll probably be done. And my goal is to at least Kickstarter 6 and be in production for 6, fulfill that the beginning of 2025, and then we're gonna head right into 7 in 2025. Because again, 7's my favorite, and I don't even know. It's nuts.
Yeah, yeah. I love it.
Once we hit 7, there's no turning back. That's
No
all I have
turning
to
back.
say.
That's it. Burn it all. All right, let's get
Burn
into
it
some
all.
of the variants here, Miss Laurie. You want to walk us through what
Yeah.
these
So
are?
this is William Russell's cover. William Russell and I collaborate on a couple projects. So he will do covers for Path of the Pale Rider, and I write issues for his creator-owned comic series called Psycho Sal.
Okay.
So
That's
yeah, it's a good deal. He gets
awesome.
my expertise, I get his expertise. We both win, right? And
That's
then we
what
cross
independent
audiences
comics
where
is
I'm
all
like, hey
about.
guys, what's
Yeah.
that?
That's what independent comics is all about.
Mm-hmm.
It's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
This is awesome cover too.
Yeah, so it's the Reaper coming to Santa Claus, if it tells you anything about what's gonna happen. I'm
uh
like, it's not gonna be a good day.
yeah. I don't think so.
Nope. And then of course I got Victor Medina, so hot right now. He's done a ton of indie covers recently,
That's
but
so awesome looking though.
the Big James that he did, I was like, gorgeous, man. It just gives me like an Indiana Jones kind of feel.
A little bit, yeah. The way he's riding the horse and shooting off the
Yeah,
side like that, that's definitely
yeah.
Indiana Jones's Jonesy. But
Jonesy,
yeah,
Indiana Jonesy.
yeah.
But
But
so
it's
it's like, and
awesome.
people are like, I really like the sun and I really like that moon. They're like, I don't know which one. I'm like, I probably have to, I might just bundle these
Yeah. Yeah, it's probably a good idea. Yeah.
and do a discount because
Cool.
they're so, it's so hard to choose. It
Yeah.
really is. And I feel so lucky that I just like buy one of everything for myself
You have to,
because
right? You
you
have
have to.
to.
I
Yeah.
mean, look at this next one.
Oh yeah. Dang. Half her face is missing.
Yeah, this is Lola. We met her in issue 4. She looked a little different,
And she definitely looked different.
but this is kind of her progression. And you may or may not see her in issue 5, and it won't be fun. We'll just put it that way. So I had to do a Lola cover. I was cracking up because I always put the dress, I put the logo on, and on Everett's cover, if you zoom in where it says Pale Rider, it looks like maggots.
This one right here? Oh yeah.
Yeah. If you look close, it's like little maggots.
Yeah. Yeah. So I'm more
Concerned
disturbed.
about that?
Yeah. You're like talking about all this, which is disturbing in and of itself. And
Yeah.
there's
You're
someone
like,
hanging.
meanwhile.
There's someone hanging in the background, Lori. I don't know if you
Uh-huh. Yeah.
caught.
And she has that symbol on her belt buckle
Yep.
that we've been seeing all over the place. That one. Yeah. So
So cool. And you see in the background people walking around the corner.
yeah. You're gonna find out fairly quickly in the issue what's going on here. Everett Watkins is fabulous. He's done a new number of covers, including like this Big James that I turned into a shirt. This
Yeah.
same guy, Everett Watkins. He did the zombie tree for issue number 2 that said "Welcome to Santa Claus" and with the Christmas tree covered in zombie heads, which was hilarious. And then he did a variant for issue 1 as well. So he's been around a long time and he loves it. And I can tell he loves it because he always has great covers. They always sell out.
Yeah. This is awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Not sure what my favorite one is, though. I kind of like this one too, but
Yeah.
it's tough. It's
We
tough.
didn't see
This one.
Marco's yet.
Oh, okay. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. Here we go. Oh, yeah, I did. You did.
Yeah, but you saw the blurred out version.
I did. Yeah, this is freaking awesome. So literally everything is burned.
I wasn't lying. I was like, we're gonna burn it down.
You are not lying at all.
Yeah.
Which one's my favorite?
And that's a little bug on fire.
That's crazy.
So if you want to fall down a rabbit hole, you can Google blister beetles that are indigenous to Arizona. It's a bad day. And in this world, pesticides don't work, so you could have giant flocks of blister beetles descend upon a town in results.
Wow. Like end of the world type stuff.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
This is crazy. This is
so awesome. This was the last one to release because Marco was working on it for so long, but I also blurred it out for a reason, is because this is what's gonna happen.
Yeah, you don't want to
burn it down.
Yeah.
with a swarm of burning beetles.
Jeez, Lori, that's awesome.
Welcome to
You
my
got to look
story.
at your rewards. You always
Yeah.
have crazy rewards, Lori. So let's walk through that. I
You
love
like my
the
shirt?
old video game, The Oregon Trail. Is that what that's from?
Yes. You
I
have
love
died
it.
of dysentery and Big James.
I guess I'm sharing my age, but yes, that is definitely Oregon Trail right there.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
it's like I think I saw someone else post one that was like, "You have died of dysentery and ninjas," and there was like a ninja on it. I was like, "That's too funny," and so
Yeah,
I did this one with Big James on it. So it's
I
just,
love it.
it
I
makes me
love it.
chuckle. I had posted that just as a joke, and someone was like, "Is this a T-shirt?" I'm like, "It is now."
Yeah. Yes, it is.
Yep. I was like, thank you." Like, here we go.
It's supposed to be the whole time.
Yeah. And now, whenever it turned in his cover, he gave me two different color choices. And I was like, I want them both.
Yeah. Yeah.
And he was like, okay. And so here we are. And I was like, what do I do with it? It needs to be something cool. And I love jigsaw puzzles. I like riddles. You know what I mean? So I was like, we're doing a puzzle. So you can have a Lola Path of the Pale Rider jigsaw puzzle. It's 120 pieces. And you once you put it together, flip it over.
Really?
That's all I'm gonna say about that.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Of course, a puzzle's not enough for Lori.
Nope, we gotta make it special.
Yeah,
The
here's
hot sauces. Um, this kind of took on a life of its own. This started out as not really a joke, but my friend Christopher Brown, who's very talented, he writes books, comic books. He's finishing a novel right now. He does tabletop games, card games, collector. I mean, he prints minis. He does a lot of things. But he's also an outdoorsman, and he's part of this group called Big Sexy Outdoors, and they make hot sauce.
oh
And
wow.
so as a joke, he was like, "Hey, can I use your Big James on one of my labels?" So he's the one responsible for the one all the way on the right, the Path of the Pale Sauce, right? And I was like, you can use them and just in return, send me 2 bottles. I want one for me and I want one for my dad because I think it's hilarious, right? And so I took a picture with it, like, ta-da, put it on social media, and everybody was like, "Where's mine?" I was like, "I'm sorry?" They're like, "Where's mine? Where do I buy it? Where do I go? Where do I get it?" And I was just like, okay, I wasn't anticipating that. So I talked with Chris and he is so gracious. He's like, "Here's the recipe. Here's where I buy my bottles. Here's where you get the labels." He sent me the graphic that he used for Path of the Pale Sauce. And so that's really his recipe, but I make it and bottle it.
Awesome.
I put it on, I want to say campaign number 3,
Yeah.
and I made, I think, maybe 12 bottles for people. And then I put it back on for the trade paperback because people were like, "I'm out. I need more." And then they were like, "What else you got?" So then I came up with Meet Your Maker, Mango Habanero, and then the Heart Stop and Jalapeno. So those are recipes that I have found and I have tweaked. And then I make all these myself. So mhm.
I don't know how you get all this done.
Do all the things.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I don't sleep.
Yeah, obviously. 'Cause that's the only way to get all this done.
Right. I just do in the middle of the night when everybody else is sleeping. Funko Pops. We always have 2 Funko Pops on the campaigns. One that's like the premiere of the new one, and there's only one of those available. And then the second one, there's a limited to 5 of the one that we premiered the last campaign. So Callie St. Clair, she's the green one there. Our first undead Funko Pop, she is available for 5 this campaign. And then Francis St. Clair, yeah, we're gonna do it. Do you think we're not? Yes, we are. He's our singularity, and people have been fighting over that one since the beginning. So if you want that singularity, good luck. You better get in there and be backer number 1 or 2. Otherwise it goes.
Yeah.
But these are just so much fun. These are custom made. So
Yeah.
they're not directly through Funko because of some of the crazy things we're doing to them. That Funko is just, it wasn't an option. You just get like a drop down, like add a hat, add black pants, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, add a disc, add a beer bottle, make them green, have a bear. It's a bobblehead. We flocked it and then it has wounds on its face. It's like, you can't get that anywhere else.
Oh no.
So
Special just from Path of the Pale Rider.
yeah, and these are
Yeah.
only exclusive to the Kickstarters. You cannot get them anywhere else. And I say Callie's limited to 5. I mean it. Like if people only order 3, that's it. That's all there is. We're not printing 5 and hanging on to them. It's max of 5, but if you get one of 2 and that's what's made, that's all there is. So they're super exclusive. It just depends on how many people get them. They are pretty pricey. They're not cheap, but this is the only place you can get them. If you want these, my God, please go get one, because don't come to me later like I want the Big James. You can't get it.
Yeah. So cool.
Yeah.
These are awesome.
And
Incredible.
yes, it's good. We're gonna be like, do the thing. So secret rewards.
Hey,
My
let's
picture
talk a little more
disappeared.
about this here. What's going on with this secret reward here, Laurie?
All right. So I started this with the second campaign, and I had a picture there, but apparently I need to fix it because it took it off. So the first one I did was a handcrafted wooden box. I cut the wood myself. You know what I mean? I put it together myself, and it was hinged with antique hinges. And when you open this thing, you pull out a glass bottle with a wax cap on it, and inside of it is ashes and bones. And what the heck is going on with this? So on the side of the box, there is a poem that talks about, when death is gone, decay sits on the throne. And if you put a seashell up to your ear, you can hear the ocean. What do you hear when you put a bottle of bones to your ear? Do you hear the voices of the damned? Now, I wrote it nice on the box, but that's the gist of it,
That is
right?
pretty dark, Laurie.
It's pretty dark, but that's where we're going, guys.
Yeah.
So, so it's stuff like that. Like it's not store-bought. You're never going to find it anywhere else. And you're really going into the depths of my brain. What I decide is the cool thing. The second one I did, I made a fully working disc. So you can wear it. It lights up. They had to choose whether it was red or green. So the person that got it got a red one. But yeah, he wore it. He was my actor in my short film, my last short film. So he wore it for his short film.
That's cool.
Which just worked out perfectly. I was like, see, it was meant for a reason.
Yeah.
And then the fourth campaign, I did 3D printed Big Jameses, which I hand painted myself. Someone got one from the trade paperback. I opened it up as an add-on. Someone got a purple one because I thought that was funny. So there's a purple Big James out there.
There is.
Yeah. So this one, it's a secret reward. It's just whatever I really want to put together for you. This one's of course, it's different than anything else that I've done. We switch gears and we do something different. So I'm always excited about these. I'm always excited to make one. This one is limited to 5 because that's as many as I think I can make in that time period.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
So unique. I get so many ideas from you.
Take them all.
You're amazing. All right, we got some art too.
Yeah. This is in the add-ons. So this is the original inks. So when Gilbert was so inspired to do this cover, he did it traditionally. So this is on 11 by 17 bristle board.
Oh.
And I asked him, I was like, would you be willing to put that on the campaign? And he said, absolutely. So here's what you'll be getting. It's just the inks. It's traditionally drawn. And Gilbert will send it to you himself. He has this. So if you add this on, it's a piece of our history. It's the first cover that Gilbert has done for Path of the Pale Rider. And Gilbert wants to stay on until we close this thing out, which is issue 36. So it's a little bit of history for Path. And if you guys don't get it, I'm going to.
Yeah. And he'll sign it too, right?
He will sign it. Absolutely. His little signature is right there next to the horse. That scroll up just a little bit. You see next to the horse, that little thing? That's his signature. Yeah. But if you want him to like sign it with like a paint pen or something, he will.
That's cool.
Mm-hmm.
That's so awesome.
Look, you gotta look at this.
Now, who is this person right here?
That's Gilbert.
Oh, that is Gilbert. Oh, wow.
Well, I was just cracking up. I was like, can you take a picture with yourself holding it so people can see what size it is? Because it's not a trading card. You know, it's not an 8.5 by 11. It's 11 by 17. so people can see him with the art and see what size it is. So he was, again, look how excited he is to be a part of this.
That's
So
so cool. That means a
I was
lot.
like, I'm putting that on the Kickstarter, dude. He was like, do it.
I like his hat too, by the way.
He is a huge Ninja Turtles fan. Huge.
I'm probably
And
not as big as he is, but I do like Ninja Turtles. So.
yeah.
Oh, you're bringing these shirts all back?
Yes, I have opened up all the previous designs of the shirts. So if you missed out, or a lot of times, you know, t-shirts unfortunately are not cheap to do. So if you got one and you really wanted to get the other one too, here's your chance. So when you actually do the t-shirt tier, you can get any of these.
Okay.
So what I'm going to do is I'll send the survey and it'll say, you know, what's your t-shirt size? And it'll also let you pick which t-shirt you want. So you can get the new one. Of course, that one's hilarious.
Yes.
But you can, you know, if you'd rather get this yellow Big James one, you can.
Yeah.
I also opened up the hoodies on the add-ons as well. So I have this yellow shirt also available as a yellow hoodie. And you can, those are in the add-ons.
Sweet. That's awesome.
But you can add on any t-shirt you want. So you can get the new green one and get this, you know, the white Big James shirt, whatever you want. Add it on, dudes.
That's awesome.
Why not? Choose your own path. I have this 60-page manga size choose your own adventure book. It's always a great add-on because it just enhances your experience with Path of the Pale Rider. You get to put on the hat and the boots. You're in the apocalyptic West and you're running bounties. And all hell breaks loose because that's how I roll. So you get to run bounties, get to make choices. You can die on page 4. But what I love about this is you're going to meet some of these characters that show up later in the actual Path of the Pale Rider comic series.
Oh, wow.
So we have this terrible character named the Skinner. And so you get to interact with the Skinner and see how terrifying this character is. And then later on in the story, Jude St. Clair runs into the Skinner. And you, if you've read this, will understand who that is. So when Jude's like, who's this guy? You're like, run, you know, don't talk to him. And Jude's like, what's up, man? And you're like, don't.
So you get a little bit of like a foreshadow of what's to come then by purchasing this add-on.
Yes. 100%. You're going to see characters in here that show up later. There's things that happen in here that we've only hinted at in the main story that we haven't gotten to yet.
Oh, wow.
You're going to see some crazy things in this one. You're going to see where we're going.
I love it.
Yeah.
And I did grow up with these kind of books too.
I
Me
love
and my
them.
sisters. Yeah, they're making a comeback. We're at C2E2 and there was a dealer there and he had a huge display of these and that was the busiest section of that aisle.
Wow.
It was all 50-year-old men going, oh, I grew up with those.
Yeah.
A little
Oh, my
weird,
goodness.
but it was pretty cool to see them come back though.
I am writing another one of these right now.
Okay.
So this is volume 1. What do I call this? Head West, something like that, because it's funny to me.
Yeah.
And then the next one is called Don't Panic. And it's actually based on like the beginning of the apocalypse. So you get to kind of make decisions and don't panic.
I don't know. I think maybe you should panic a little bit.
It usually gets you into trouble if you panic. So.
Exactly. All right.
So previous issues 1 through 4, trade paperback, they're all in the add-ons. Issue 1 is in color, and I do have some of the variants for 4. I do have some of the variants for 3, but not a lot. Okay. I think I only have 1 variant left of issue number 2. So if you're looking at some of the other, you know, that are going to go out of stock, some of the variants, let me know because I can make a special request and put it in there for you.
Awesome.
Merch. I got hats, pins, keychains, stickers, temporary tattoos, all the previous poker cards that we've done as stretch goals. If you've missed those, you can add them on for $1 with no shipping. So there's ways to get all of the things that we've done before unless I'm sold out.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I love the Care Bear knockoff.
Yeah.
It's so cool. That is so
Lacey Kruger did those for me, and it was just like they're so funny. She might do some chicken nugget related stickers for me too because
I mean, you have
funny.
to after that video.
I mean, we have to, right?
You have to, yeah.
Stretch goals. I kind of mentioned this, but we are building a poker deck.
Yep.
So every 50 backers, we unlock a poker deck. Now, So if you're a backer on a campaign and we unlock this, you get them for free. So obviously that's, your incentive to come back every time is that you will get the poker cards. You'll get a whole deck for free if you're hanging out with us every campaign.
Sweet.
We've unlocked Ace, King, Joker, 9 and 10 of hearts. We're going to continue unlocking hearts. I usually release a face card first so that we're getting something with substance and not just like 4, 5, 6 of hearts. Lame, But I mean, at some point, we're going to have to fill in those number cards.
Yeah. No, it's so cool that you're doing that.
I do have a black deck as well. Once we finish this white deck, you'll be able to add on the whole poker deck. You'll also be able to add on the black deck as well.
Wow.
Yeah. So I'll flip these ones over as we go. You know how it goes.
Yeah.
Isn't that beautiful?
It's gorgeous. Who did the art for this?
David Rodriguez is it, and he did the interiors for the Choose Your Own Adventure. He's done some variant covers for me. I gotta check on him. I kind of lost touch with him after he did this. So you're like, you still alive? You want to do some more art?
This is awesome. That's beautiful.
Yeah, gorgeous. I'm hoping we can do 3 cards this campaign.
Yeah, I feel like that should be okay for you easily.
Last campaign for issue number 4, we unlocked, we had 140 backers. So we were 10 shy of that 3rd card. Trade paperback, we unlocked 2, but trade paperback is like a different animal. You know what I mean? When you already have all 4 issues, a lot of those people didn't come back for the trade, which is fine.
I mean, if you have the 4, that makes sense.
Right.
I was late to knowing about your title and when you came on the show, so I just went and got the trade to make it easy. But I did want the first issue, just part of my collection, so it worked out for me. And now I'll get 5, and I'll be able to continue the story.
Right. It's interesting to me, when people come out for different things. We'll talk about that later.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm sure that won't interest everybody that's watching. Dollar stretch goals. So I do that too. So I have backer goals and I have dollar goals. So dollar goals, we usually do PDF bundles, and we will unlock more PDF bundles as we go. This is just the first one that will unlock at 5,000. This is my horror friend. So again, Christopher Brown does the Slaughterville. I have the Zombie Bros, who I've been friends with since we were all on issue 1 at the same time. So Avalon and Raze, they're both other zombie titles. Raze is on issue 6. Brandon is finishing up, I think, issue 5 right now. So they've been friends. We've been going through the same thing at the same time. It's been a journey. So we always, want to make sure that people know if you like Path, you'll probably like Avalon. You'll definitely like Raze. You should try Slaughterville. You know what I mean?
I've read Avalon.
He's really been on your show. Yeah.
He has. In fact, he's going to come back on again because he's about to launch as well. I think another Kickstarter, and I don't know when, but it's coming up. So we've already been talking. Yeah, he'll be back on. He's awesome. But I have to meet these folks that are writing those ones. Those look pretty cool too.
Yeah. And I have an Any One World bundle. I have a Charter Comics bundle. I have all these bundles. You know what I mean? So there's a ton of stuff and I love this stretch goal because the international backers who get the digital stuff get this too.
Oh, that's good. Yeah.
So everybody is included,
That's awesome.
So I feel sometimes when we do just a bunch of merch, and digital backers are like, what about us?
Yeah. No,
you are important too. This
is
Matt
dope.
Chambers did this.
This is awesome.
Yeah. And I was like, we are in the Wild West, but can you imagine being on a boat going through this world? F that. Oh my God.
Hell no.
Yeah. So this was just a really cool mashup that he did. And I was like, oh, I want that. And he was like,
make a great cover too.
Yeah. I was like, even though we're not anywhere near the ocean, I'm like, it was super cool. So I was like, can I use that?
Going west, maybe you'll hit the Pacific and you could utilize it.
Eventually, maybe we do something else. I don't know.
Okay, hey, you don't want to.
Well, the story's written. I mean, but I mean, we could do another Choose Your Own Adventure book on the ocean. But this, I was like, it's gorgeous. It's haunting. It fits us. So yeah, so he's gonna let me use it for Path.
I love that.
Cool. I have these gorgeous holographic vinyl keychains. I made a bunch of them. I love keychains. I don't know. I just like making them. So
Yeah.
everybody will get one of these when we get to 6,000.
Love it. Those
Yep.
are awesome.
Thank you. 6,500, we unlock the slice and dice. Ta-da. That's where I smash the things. So for anybody that's not familiar with us, I am a martial artist. I've practiced Filipino and Indonesian martial arts since 1997. I have a plethora of weapons. It's great. And so I will pick an ill-fated fruit or vegetable. So we've done pumpkins and watermelons and pineapple. And you guys get to vote. You get to name it, and then you get to vote on the weapon of destruction. And then on a live stream, I will destroy this sucker in my backyard, and you all get to watch it go splat.
Sweet. I love it.
Mm-hmm.
I love
But again, everybody can participate in this. Everybody.
Yeah.
So
I watch your videos all the time. I think they're so hilarious.
thank you. Sticker pack. This is just an example I threw together. It probably won't be these, but I'll put together a sticker pack. I literally have 1,000 ideas for stickers. Like you saw our Big James Care Bear one, so we have a sense of humor as well. So you'll probably get something more like that.
Yeah, love that Care Bear one.
8,000. If we break 8K, you all can watch me get a tattoo. I'll get that on my body somewhere.
Are you serious?
Yeah. I'll record it and you all can watch. I'll turn it into a video. You can watch me get a tattoo.
That's awesome.
I don't know if we'll break 8K. You know what I mean?
You have tattoos now?
I have one tattoo on my back.
Gotcha. Okay.
Nobody sees it because I wear clothes.
Makes sense. That makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
I was just wondering if this is like a weird way to have your very first tattoo.
Yeah, no, it's not my first. No.
That's why I asked. Do you have tattoos already? Because
I do. Yeah, but I mean, it's one
uh,
of those things where let's see, how old was I? I think I was 20 when I got my tattoo. So I am obviously not 20 anymore. So it's been a little while since I've had a tattoo. It obviously needs to mean something to me in order to put it on my body, and I got to think about it for a while. So yes, I want a tattoo. Would I put this on me if I don't break 8K? I might or might not. But it definitely has meaning to me. So if we break 8K, I will definitely go get it. And you guys I'll post it so you can watch me get a tattoo. Why not?
Why not? That's awesome. And then what is this? Riddles, short films, and shenanigans.
Yes. So Path of the Pale Rider, like I said in the video, it's a fan interactive experience. So we are more than just comic books. Yeah, we got to choose your own adventure book, but that's not what I mean. The back cover of every issue is a riddle to solve, and it takes you to places in the real world. So this one is the back of issue number 1. And it takes you to a place where maybe you can interact with other riddle solvers.
Oh.
Keep going. Issue number 2 is in sign language. We utilize American Sign Language in our comic. Most of the time, it's just Jude St. Clair calling people names, but we utilize sign language in the book. So I wrote a riddle in sign language. So if you can solve this, first you have to translate it, and then you have to solve the riddle. And I give you an email. If you email the answer to the address I give you, something shows up in your mailbox.
Oh, nice.
From a character.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so it's not me sending you merch. It's the character interacting with you like you're in the world.
Yeah, that is awesome. Such a good idea.
Thanks. This one is it's a QR code scavenger hunt. A lot of it's just YouTube videos, but it's like trailers to, I want to say Train to Busan, and like I got He-Man singing Four Non-Blondes. I have one of these is a Rick roll. One of them is the Swedish chef making hot sauce. We got Westerns, we got horror, we got anime, things that have inspired me, things that you might see in Path of the Pale Rider. But one of them will take you to a hidden video on YouTube, like you discovered the undead underground. So we have this whole undead resistance movement in the story, and they kind of remind you of Anonymous. So if you've seen the videos that Anonymous puts out, it's a lot like that, but they're teaching you skills of how to survive if you were undead.
Oh, wow.
So but you can't find it. You can't come across, it's not on my YouTube page. It's a secret video. So you gotta, this one is like, it takes no skill. You just scan the QR codes and have fun.
Yeah, that's awesome. Great idea.
And then this one, pick me up to call, but hope it's not for you. You are just a number. So if you can figure this bad boy out, I'm not gonna say.
Yeah, I'll play around. Don't tell me. I'm gonna play around with this.
Yeah. But I'll tell you what, if you figure it out, the answer is do it. It works.
Really?
Yes.
All right.
Again, you get to interact with the world like it's real.
That's so cool.
Mm-hmm.
How you come up with this stuff?
I don't know. It's just where my brain works. So on top of the riddles, we also do these short films. Now, I came from movie production. That's where I started writing, was short form screenplay for like web content and short films, right? I was choreographing stunts and fight scenes when I was working for a production company in Michigan in 2017. I wrote Path of the Pale Rider in 2018. So I always knew I wanted to do this kind of extra component. And so we do meta stuff. Like this one is a commercial for Pine Fox, the undead retirement community, but it's interspliced with like riots and violence. And so it's like white picket fences versus things on fire. It's like what the world wants you to think it is versus what's really happening. So that's kind of my take on that. The second one is a news reporter named Ellie Brock. This is where Ellie got her start. And she's interviewing everybody just to ask them what they think broke death. And so this was great because the fans and the readers got to participate. They could phone in interviews where I was like, just tell me what you think broke death. And we put it all together. And then this is where Ellie dies at the end. You can watch me get run over by a car. Mm-hmm. Call to action. This one was the hardest one I did because I did a majority of the acting and the filming myself.
Okay.
So keep that in mind when you watch it.
Yeah.
it was technically difficult,
Yeah.
but it's a story about this lady who's going to be hosting a dinner party and everybody's calling and canceling, which pisses her off, but she's not paying attention to like what's happening on the news. And there's a bunch of other people that are spliced in there. Something happens on all of their screens, which is a call to action, and then chaos ensues. So this is the undead fighting back at this point. This is my last one. This one was a blast because I didn't have to do any of the acting. Hurrah! I had a husband and wife actor team, and this is a focus on like what would happen in a family if one of your family members died. What would that look like? Right? So in this one, in the first scene, this guy, has a heart condition. He's watching football and screaming at the TV and eating junk and has a heart attack. Right? So from there, it's like, how does he deteriorate? How does his wife handle? What do his kids think? What happens if the house is only in his name? You know what I mean? And as he gets forgetful, does he sundown? Does he get lost? Can he help anymore? What do they do with him? So it's more of a focus on that. Like we kind of touch on it, the family issue in issue number 4, but we don't really have a lot of time because we're telling Jude's story. So that's what this is we really get to focus on, what it would look like for a nuclear family if one of the family members died. And we just picked the husband, but I mean, like, can you imagine if it was one of the kids or the mom, you know what I mean? And then what would happen? So this one is 12 minutes. It has a super cool credits because I asked the fans want to participate in these, right? So like in the third one, they sent me pictures of themselves being dead bodies, which went into the credits. And in this one, we have the zombie parade. So I had 40 people send me pictures, which I then put through a bunch of photo filters, and they're zombies. And so I have like a police scanner going and some music. And I tell you how they each got collected, where the collectors are like a police force that like if you're undead and you're acting out, they come pick you up and disappear you. So it's 40 people that I zombified for the credits. It's amazing. So, and I have that on my YouTube as well. So if you just want to watch the credits and not the short film, that's available too. You can go find yourself.
Nice. That's awesome.
slice and dice, pretty explanatory. This
Yeah.
next one will be it because right now, as we are recording, I have not launched yet. This is the blooper reel from Ellie Brock's shenanigans for this campaign. So it's chicken nugget related humor. And
With
yeah.
that.
So this is your excuse to go to the campaign and scroll down and watch this blooper reel because it's hilarious.
I love it. I love
Yeah. Make
it.
a team. There's me. There's about me. Feel free to take your time and read it.
Yeah.
There's Gilbert looking like a normal human being.
Yes.
We're Gilbert. I'm like, I took all these hilarious pictures of him, like him as the artist. I was like, that's too funny. That's how I'm introducing you.
Yeah. I like his shirt though.
Yeah. Spider-Man.
Yeah.
That's Matt Chambers, our colorist. So he's amazing work, does a ton of work.
That's
And then,
cool.
of course, last but not least, Rachel Bullock, who is our editor, and she's been with us since issue 1.
Yeah.
So,
Oh, cool. What a great team.
yeah.
Sweet.
If you're interested in more stuff, like this is how we break down our cost. Again, to Canadian and international backers, here is the link to the Any One World. So if you just want to get the trade paperback and you want international shipping, if you scroll down slightly, there's a green hyperlink. There it is, the Laurie Calcaterra collection. Yep. That'll take you right there so you can get it shipped to you wherever you are in the world.
Awesome.
Packaging, no AI. And then I am going to put some suggestions down there. There's a bunch of people that are going to be campaigning that are launching this week. So I always have recommendations. So if you get through mine and you're looking for something else, I can make some recommendations for you. Happy to.
Awesome.
That's it.
Well, awesome, Miss Laurie. Looks
Hi.
absolutely incredible. You always do such a
of
good
work.
job putting your Kickstarter together. That is a lot of work. I mean, when you're acting as part of it, yeah, that's just it's so like over the top, Laurie. I love it. I love it.
Thank
Congratulations. It looks awesome.
Thanks.
Definitely will be there to make sure that I get my issue 5 to continue the story. But congratulations on all your success thus far. It
Thank
sounds
you.
like it's just going to continue to build and build and build.
I hope so. I hope people find us, indie, that is the hardest part. We do some really cool stuff. And I feel like if you're into the same things that I am, you're going to have a blast. It's just a matter of, do you know I exist? Right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
That's it.
I mean, it's really just getting the word out. And
Mhm.
I think once people pick it up, they'll really enjoy the story. It's really good.
Thank you.
Very, very
Appreciate
good.
that, man.
So now let's real quickly talk about how people could follow you. If you could kind of walk through your YouTube
yeah.
page and then also your socials, because that's where they could find out a lot of information about the current Kickstarter, but
Yeah.
also all the other things that you're working on because you're always doing something.
Mhm.
So they could stay up to date, right?
Absolutely. So, in addition to the comics, I also podcast. I have 2 shows that I host weekly. So on Tuesdays, I host a show. It's a longer show, 2 hours, but it's called the Tuesday Morning Brew. And I interview indies as well. And I like the 2-hour block because it gives us a chance to like really get into their background, where they come from, their influences. We talk about whatever project they're working on, and then whatever else is coming up in the future. So we have a great time. The chat loves it. So there's that show every week, Tuesdays at 11 a.m. It's always playing on my channel and on the Madness Comic Network. On
That's 11 a.m.
Wednesdays,
Central, though, right?
that is, it's 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Okay, Eastern.
Yeah.
Perfect.
And then Any One World Showcase.
Yep.
So both Tom and I are a part of Any One World and ASAP Imagination. If you are indie and you're looking for a publisher, they offer so many different services to help you save time and money and sanity. You should check them out, anyoneworld.com. And so I host that show. So same thing, I interview indie creators. Tom's been on that show.
Yep.
It's 45 minutes, so it's a lot shorter. So we get to the point real quick.
It's a great show. I try to jump on whenever I can just to meet all the other creators that you always have on.
Yeah. And that is what I enjoy about it the most, is that I get to meet all these people and like pick their brains about whatever I think is interesting. And so it's a little bit self-serving because I'm like, you did this, it's super cool. Tell me about it. I want to learn, I want to know. and I learned so much just from it. And then of course the chat benefits from that too. So that one is on Wednesdays at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So I have that. My YouTube channel is at Laurie Calcaterra 360. So there's that. I'm on most of the socials. I'm at Laurie Calcaterra on Instagram, Laurie Calcaterra on Facebook. Facebook also has two things for Path of the Pale Rider. I have a professional page. I just use that for like announcements. If you want to participate in the shenanigans, join the group. It's a private group. So you have to answer one question, which is, do you like comic books, in order to get in? But that's where we do like the polls and the survey for the slice and dice. And I share, art as Gilbert's working on it, and super cool merch. And that's where you can have the most interaction, is that group. I'm on TikTok. I'm at Path of the Pale Rider with an underscore between all the words, which is obnoxious and I hate it. And I wish I had done something different. On X, I'm at Path Pale Rider. And then on Threads, at Laurie Calcaterra. I also have a website, which is www.pathofthepalerider.com. You can get anything off of that website. If I have it in stock, you can purchase it from there. I have the merch on there. I have the t-shirts on there. I have digital download, and I have all the physical copies. But in addition to there, you can also get my stuff from anyoneworld.com. Like I said, there's the Laurie Calcaterra collection. So the trade paperback is there, and then digital downloads of the individual issues are available as well. There's a digital of the There's a digital of the Choose Your Own Adventure book there.
Oh, there is.
There is. That's the only place you can get that one.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
So that's fun.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm all over.
You're
all over. I live in Texas. I do a bunch of cons. I do book signings
at Dallas.
Yeah, I'm north of Dallas, like Frisco area.
No, but the Dallas Expo just happened, right?
Yeah, I didn't go to that one.
You didn't go?
No.
Why?
The Dallas Fan Expo table's like $600.
Is it that expensive for a table?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they get a lot of people though.
They do, and then there's an application process.
Crazy, like
yeah, like Marco applied for that one and he didn't get in.
Yeah.
Like they have a lot of turn downs too. So
yeah.
A few of my friends went. Like William Russell was there, Lauren Gibson was there. I think Charter Comics had a table there, but it's like you got to be mentally prepared for that one.
Yeah.
So I probably should apply for that one next year. Now that I have my trades, I think I can.
Mm-hmm. And you have plenty of products, and then obviously your t-shirts and your sticker. You have plenty of stuff to put on a table. So you just gotta make sure that you'll at least turn $600 to get your money back.
Right.
But with the amount of people that are there, you're probably going to meet a lot of people that maybe aren't aware of your title yet, which would be really.
This is true. And that's the whole point of going to cons. I mean, like if you can break even, but you've earned, 20 plus new audience members, that's great.
Absolutely.
Like if you make a profit, that's bonus.
Absolutely. Well, where else can fans find you, Laurie? Do you have any cons coming up that you've already committed to, or not yet?
I didn't commit to anything this summer just because my brother just had a baby. Well,
cool.
My sister-in-law had the baby. My brother contributed.
Yeah.
So I'm going in July to Michigan, so I'll be there visiting some family. I usually do some comic book stores in between. I'm going to be at, where am I going to be? Oh, I'm going to be at Geek Out in Burleson next weekend. So on the 22nd, I'll be there all day. And then I'm planning on, we usually go to Arlington Comic-Con at some point, which is September-ish. And then I will be at Cowtown Comic-Con, which is in Fort Worth. I think that's the first weekend in October. So the Cowtown, I will definitely be there. Arlington, I will probably be there. I just have to figure out signing up for their table, but that one's usually open. So those two for sure. And then I have some new comic book stores I want to visit. There's Madness Comics and Gaming in Plano that I have not gone in there yet, and I need to. I mean, I was going to Carpe Diem in McKinney, and they just recently closed, which stinks because there was a great store, and the owners were such great people, and it was such a safe haven for like nerds everywhere. So I gotta find a new home. I gotta find a new comic book store. Geek Out is fabulous, and I would totally make that my home, but Burleson is like an hour and a half from my house.
That's
It's a little hard
yeah.
to drive.
Very good, Laurie.
So,
Well, Laurie,
yeah.
congratulations. Awesome Kickstarter. Cannot wait to
you.
back. Everything looks amazing. The story is incredible. Anybody watching this, if you haven't read this title, you're missing out. It's a lot of fun. It'll freak you out. It'll piss you off. It will get you excited for the next issue because it always ends where you're needing a little bit more, right? So,
Yeah.
and all the little goodies and add-ons and everything.
Yeah.
It's so cool. The hot sauce line is pretty awesome.
It just
Yeah.
happened.
I love it, Laurie. Well, Laurie,
Yeah.
congratulations. I'll
Thank
make sure
you.
I put below everything, the links, make it super easy for anybody that's watching this to go right over and back you. Put your website if they want to see it there and check out some of the other stuff that you have going on. And then obviously any One World that you and I are both part of.
Yes.
We'll make sure that link's down there too, because if you're out of the country and you want to purchase the digital version that way, you could do that as well. But a
You
lot
can
of
get the physical trade, and then the digital of issue number 5 will be up there as well. I always add it on. So once it's completed, it'll be added to the collection.
Beautiful. Well, Laurie, thank you for hanging out with me. I always enjoy,
Yes,
you're
thank
always
Tom.
welcome. I always enjoy
Thank
talking
you.
to you.
Yeah, absolutely. That's why I was like, your show is the best.
I love
I
it.
love coming on here. I
You
have a
and
good
I
time
always have
every
a great
time.
conversation. Yeah, yeah. That's
Yeah.
about Laurie.
Yeah. And if you guys are watching this and you're not subscribed to Tom's channel, what the heck are you doing?
I appreciate
Subscribe to World at War.
I appreciate that. Likewise.
Mhm.
Likewise. All right, Miss Laurie, thank you so much. Really
Thank
appreciate
you.
you. Best of luck, and we will help any way we can to push this out as much as possible. Let's get you to that 150 so we unlock some more of those cards.
Yeah, I want poker cards, people. Let's do it.
Exactly. I gotta get my collection now.
Yeah.
All right, Laurie. Hope you have an amazing weekend. We'll talk soon,
Thank
okay?
you, Tom. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
You're still here? It's over. Go home. Go.